What's up, Juventini? Alberto here, and I got all your Juve news. All right, it is over. It is over between Juventus and Paul Pogba. We'll take a look at the latest from Romeo Agresti there, and change of objectives for Massimiliano Allegri in order for him to stay at Juventus and fight his case. We're going to take a look at what's being said there, and then, of course, with formations and player combinations being thrown at us left, right, and center, we're going to take a look at who's set to play in this match against Frosinone on Sunday. So like the video, subscribe to the channel. This is the AJC. Let's rock. First things first is Roma and Dean Huijsen. The rumors continue to suggest that Roma is looking at a way to keep Huijsen around, but we know they're not going to be in a financial state to make any type of final move for the player, all right? But this latest report seems most logical and most likely, and that is that they are trying to get even a costly loan for him to remain there for next season. This one makes a lot of sense. However, all the news around Juve's camp remains the same, and that is that they are going to see Huijsen back in the summer and integrate him into their team for next year. All right, so Huijsen, I don't think, is going anywhere next season, but staying with Juventus. Of course, we can pick Mirko Di Natale's brain about what he knows around Huijsen tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, when he joins us for the Frosinone Juventus match preview. All right, now we get to Manchester United and Bremer. The rumors continue, all right, and we had Romeo Agresti saying that the interest is intense from Manchester United for Bremer. Today, we get the rumors that an offer is almost inevitable to come in the summer of over 80 million euros. Now, Romeo Agresti's words were also that we need to hope that they do not put forth an offer. So that basically telling me that with the information he has, in his opinion, he believes Juventus will accept that. Now, I take you back to that 7-player list of certainties for Juventus next season. Bremer was the first name on that list. Is Juve going to be willing to budge? Well, that's a big number, all right? It's not big enough for me, but maybe Juventus makes a move. But the other thing we're not even factoring in here is maybe Bremer does not want to go to Manchester United. He might not want to even go there. It is going to be a situation we will obviously follow with great intensity throughout the rest of the season and, of course, going into the summer, because he is our rock. But it looks like it's inevitable Man U will put forth an offer. As far as one of our two signings that came in the winter mercado, Alcaraz. The latest rumors suggest that Juve is going to be looking at bringing down that purchase price for the player. We haven't even seen him play nearly enough for me to buy in that we're going to already try and work out of what is a high purchase fee, somewhere around 49 million. And I don't think that's euros. I think that's pounds. All right, so we know there's a sell on there, and that's why the price is probably inflated and whatnot, but I'm not buying that until he starts getting more minutes. What seems more likely is the reports we are getting today that Juve is looking at a follow-up loan to keep him around next season. That one seems more logical and more likely given the state and circumstances around our club heading into this summer. So that I do believe. As far as him and starting, I do think he is going to start against Frosinone this Sunday, all right? And we are getting formations and player combinations thrown at us everywhere. 4-3-3, 3-4-3, 3-4-1-2. Cambiaso as a right winger in a 4-3-3. Listen, right now, let's just go with the reports, but I don't think we're going to know anything until that presser that takes place tomorrow ahead of the game from Max, all right? But the reports today suggest that Chiesa is favorited to start over Yildiz. We are hearing that we are going to see two forward system, Vlahovic and Chiesa, that we are going back to. I do believe Alcaraz starts. I believe he starts out of the midfield. I believe we'll see 3-4-1-2. But again, who knows? As far as the backline, Sandro dealing with a knock, should be back training with the group tomorrow, but Rugani is slated to start no matter what the formation is, and I agree with this wholeheartedly, all right? So we need to snap out of the funk. This has to be 3 points on Sunday. We are going to have a sellout crowd. That is going to be 9 out of 13 home matches that are sold out, so it's nice to see that the fans still staying strong through this slump that we have hit all of a sudden, but it is crucial for Max, and it's being reported that the objectives have changed around Massimiliano Allegri. Now it is reached second place, which sees you obviously get the second base prize money, which isn't a whole lot, under 3 million euros, but Coppa Italia final. and potentially winning it, all right? Obviously getting you in Supercoppa, which could take place in the US, so more added exposure to the club. I don't know if that's enough. Some fans believe he already had a case to fight for staying before this, and others are saying it's done and dusted no matter what happens. I want to know what you feel about Massimiliano Allegri. What if we see a 3-4-3? What if we see a 4-3-3 all of a sudden and the team changes how it plays drastically? Is it too little, too late, or can Max save face in your opinion? Hit me in the comments with what you think, all right? Does it matter on who the option is coming in as far as coach for you to make a change, or do you absolutely have to change no matter what? Can't wait to hear from all of you on this one. And last, certainly not least, it is over. Finito, done and dusted with Paul Pogba and Juventus. Romeo Agresti says it's just a matter of the technicalities, all right? But there is nothing that is going to happen between Juventus and Paul Pogba moving forward other than a termination and a complete break. They obviously have to wait for what goes down with the trials and everything, but there was a lot of talk, a lot of media reports about him returning for potentially a few games depending on what the suspension is. But Romeo Agresti says there is going to be nothing moving forward. It is done. You guys know the drill. This wraps up your daily update video. Can't wait to hear from you on all the news and how you feel about all of it. And do not forget, tomorrow morning is our preview show for Juventus and Frosinone, because we got ourselves an espresso match, 3:30 a.m. on Sunday, my time. All right. And yes, I'm bringing you a watch along. All right. So tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time, represents the preview show, and it's going to be live with Mirko Di Natale. So this is a chance for you to get in all your questions on one of the most credible guys around Juventus news, all right? So can't wait to see you all on tomorrow's live, and can't wait to mix it up with you on what you think about today's news. Fino alla fine, forza Juve, ciao tutti.